Hey, are you a fan of virtual online events and challenges? You love them, right? And you get so much value out of them like every single time. And you think, there's so much help out there. There's really no excuses for poor behavior and crappy attitudes anymore. They literally have access to help with anything and everything right in the palm of their hands. You've probably gone to a few and thought, if only my husband or so and so would have come to this, they wouldn't be such a grouch all the time. Or if only my boss would have come, then they'd know how to be a better boss. And you are so right. The problem is that many of us have bought into the stay broke and miserable for the rest of your life scheme. So we wear overwhelm and stress as badges of honor. And we criticize everything else, classifying the actual help as stuff to get your money. Get rich quick schemes, money grabbing schemes. But they haven't even stopped to consider that really, with a crappy attitude, no people skills, and empty pockets, they've already been schemed. And instead of leveling up, they give themselves excuses, and the people around them, they support them with their excuses. Like, oh, well, they're an introvert, or, well, they're super smart, so their vocabulary, well, it's just too rich for my blood. We think that because they're so smart, they can't come down to our level? Well, I say stop it. Seriously, stop it, right now. They may be an introvert. And if they are so smart, why are they speaking so stupidly? And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but I think Albert Einstein said it best when he said, if you can't say it simply, then you don't know it well enough. And if a man with an IQ of 160, just to put this into perspective, an IQ of 135 puts you in the 99th percentile of the world's population. So if a man with an IQ of 160, a man who spent so much of his time in deep mathematical and scientific thought, if he realized the significance of speaking simply, then we should realize that smart people should speak smart and speak simply. Anyway, back to the point. The point is that we all know a few people with issues that could easily be solved if only we could get them to attend one of these online events. So, how do we do that? We use the 3-step formula for inspiring them to join the challenge. The ABCs. In A, you have to become aware of what makes them tick and appeal to it. So we have aware and appeal for our A's. So you have to become aware of what makes them tick and then appeal to that. If they are, it doesn't matter if they're an egomaniac or just a normal happy-go-lucky person. You'll have, well, I guess it does matter because they wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't be begging them to come to the challenge if they weren't an egomaniac or something else, right? Anyway, so if they're an egomaniac, you'll have to appeal to their ego. That means letting them speak, actively listening for things that show their big picture interest and things that, concern them, questions they have. You can do this by giving them space and encouraging them to go on, using master negotiator techniques like mirroring and labeling. See, mirroring just means that you repeat the last 3 words they say with a questionable tone. They could be like, oh yeah, we're so pumped about updating the system. And you go updating the system? Or they could be like, yeah, it's really imperative that we attract new talent. Attract new talent? It encourages them to go on. Labeling, on the other hand, means that once you've listened and they've said a lot, you've pulled a lot out of them using the mirroring technique, labeling means that you put a label on their big picture. So here's where you can use phrases like, hey, it seems like, or it looks like you really value having wonderful talent to work with, or whatever it is, okay? And don't worry if you get the wrong label, because they'll tell you and they'll explain more. The important part here is that they feel like you're actively listening to them, and so they're way more engaged. So keep going on until you get a "that's right" or an equivalent statement like "yeah, I guess I do." It's kind of like questioning without asking any questions. Plus, you'll be building rapport like crazy. Like, they could walk away from the conversation at that very moment, like right now, and they will love you. And you didn't even tell them one thing about you. See, people love you because of the way you make them feel. And right now, they feel heard, understood, and valued. Now you can move on to the next step, B, where you bring up the brilliance in the person leading the challenge. So bring brilliance. Okay, bring up the brilliance. Okay, you could say something like, you'd probably have a lot in common with Dr. B. You've probably already heard of her. Let them answer. Then you could say, if they say no, you could go like, what? Or if they're like, yeah, I think I've seen her somewhere, you could be like, yeah, and she's a go-getter like you and has some really brilliant ways of creating the kind of value that you're, going for. They may say something like, really? How so? And then you can move on to C. Challenge them to join the challenge by saying something like, well, it's just that she's got this strategy for coming up with brilliant ideas, unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I bet with your knowledge about blah, 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 you'd come up with some truly innovative solutions. But hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Meet me in the conference room tomorrow at 11 a.m. and see for yourself. If at this point they make an excuse, you can say something like, that's too bad. I'm sure getting results on that can wait, but you know where I'll be if anything changes. Now, if they don't voice anything at that moment, don't worry. I bet they walk out of that room and try to finesse some stuff to show up tomorrow. Because that last one puts them in the hot seat. See, now they're thinking about losing like something that they never had, but that they really want. That brilliant solution that they've been dreaming of, right? Anyway, that's it. Sorry, I didn't write C down. Let me write C down for you. Challenge. Look, that's what you get for staying to the end. You get to see the C. You challenge. Only it doesn't look like a challenge, right? Anyway, that's it. The ABC's your 3-step process for convincing your buddy or your boss to join you for an online challenge or virtual event. And hey, if you decide to use this one on your boss, you really ought to practice on your buddies a few times first. Make sure that your delivery is just right, with some low stakes invites, like your husband or your friend, colleague, something like that, before going for that higher stake boss invite. Who knows, maybe you'll have a room full. Thanks for watching. I hope this blessed you, and if it did, be sure to do all that YouTube-y social media stuff. Like, subscribe, drop me a comment, all that stuff. And if you want to learn more about topics like this and how you can inspire more wins in your life, click the link below to find out about our next Make More Wins challenge. In the meantime, stay blessed and thank you for using communication that inspires.